Hey guys, how's it going? Ghosty Rich here today. Got Mika with me and we are preparing the Jeep because today it's heading to the exhaust shop. Got all our borla parts loaded up. Gonna go ahead and seal this up. Well, there she is. She's loaded up. Again, this is my buddy's company. Definitely worth using. He's helped me out of a lot of hard spots. So if you're looking for something to get towed, he's definitely your guy. From here, I'm gonna snap and we'll be at Dan's shop. Well, this is a before. Alright guys, I'm here with Dan and we're going to be working on the project. As you know, what we're going to be doing first is we've got to pull out one of the headers on this side, because if we take a look here, you can see it's in a really rough spot. It's right here on the frame, so we are going to pull it out, we're going to cut it, and then after we cut it, then we can of course weld on V-bands, because V-bands are the way to go. Then your stuff isn't going to fall off on the trail, and also because then it's modular, so you can remove it if you need to. As you can see, we got some really cool parts going on here. This is the borla exhaust, which we've already talked about, borla resonator, and then we've got exhaust hangers, V-band of course, and then just random bits and bobs that you'll see throughout this whole thing. Pretty sweet transitions and stuff. So all right, let's get started. Here's a shot at the borla pieces we're using. Again, this is a big boy. That one's a 24-inch. So, and then you got your resonator. Welded inside and outside. Looks sweet. We've changed the direction just enough so that way it's going to bypass the frame now. And then, yeah, that's really the hardest header to do. The other side is just swapping it out because that one's got lots of room to work with. So as you can see, that's in there perfectly. And if we come over here, this one is now perfect as well, aimed in the right direction. Another piece ready and done, as you can see, with strength, with some back welding on the inside. And yeah, these V-bands are totally the way to go. As you can see, we're going to be reducing from 3 to 2 inches down from the header, and then we're going to go 3 inch all the way out the back, just because I'm not planning on supercharging this 5.7, and for what we're doing, this will be more than enough. If we were talking like 600 horsepower or something, sure, do dual 300 or 3 inch or something like that, but for what we're pushing, this will be just fine. As you can see, if we get nice and close up right there, you can see the quality here. You're never going to get this in an aftermarket kit. The stainless is better. The welds are going to be better because it's not done by just a machine that's doing it. It's literally just, it's craftsmanship. There you go. That's it. So this is the driver's side and this is the passenger side you already seen. You'll have a small little piece added on here when we do the Y pipe, and then it'll go back to the muffler and then up and over the axle. Again, it comes down to clearance and everything like that. It's in and out, in and out. And if you take the time, it looks amazing. And that is what you're paying for when you pay for a muffler shop. So we're going to be wrapping this up for today because we want to have an entire day for the last half. We've also decided that for right now, we're going to try and run it without the resonator. We're going to just run the muffler, see how loud it is. If it's just way too loud, we're going to go ahead and add it back in. But that 24 muffler is so long that it eats up a majority of the room for the Jeep for the exhaust space. So let's try that first. Dan was just modifying this so when we put the V-band on, it's going to sit a little bit closer for clearance reasons. Let's show you what we're talking about. If we come underneath here, whoa. As you can see, he's just finished up the Y pipe right here, which is going into the two down pipes, which you've seen last time, welded on here. So this is where the big exhaust is going to sit up in here. And then we have to go up and over the axle. Now we didn't want to put it at the very back because every time I've ever put a can in the back, which was even the stock exhaust, it got dented really easily because of the approach angle. Now if you want to put it back there, you go right ahead. But at least this way, we'll be able to have it nice and safe up here along the skids. All right, we prefabbed some stuff up. Let's test listen. Actually, if you want to just rev it for a sec. So that's it. That isn't cold start. Again, we still haven't quite put the hangers in yet, but take a listen. Nice. That's just with the 24-inch exhaust, no resonator and no cast. Sounds... That's all it is, 24-inch borla. Well, we're gonna get these hangers, and when we put them on, I'm gonna show you the pieces, and then it's time to just put them in for the last time. We just finished tacking up the welds. Gotta show you though. Let's go one last overview of everything we got here. The Y pipe all the way down to the 24-inch borla muffler, all the way down to the exhaust exit. So cool. Wait until we get it back on and give you another cold start, but that is the completed exhaust. I still can't get over awesome looking welds on the stainless. It's like a piece of art. You don't even want it to get dirty. You don't want to put it back in. If you remember, that's where it starts. Let's go underneath. There she is. Again, clearance here. We've got ring here. Again, clearance of the skid. You can see the clearance above the axle right there, which is still a lot because we've wanted to make sure we had more than what we're capable in case a bump stop ever falls off for some reason. Prime time for the video just to cut itself, but yeah, and right there's the tip. It looks sick, I gotta say. Almost too nice to put on a Jeep. I guess the only thing left is, let's show you the cold start and what she sounds like. Let's start it. Sounds good. That 24-inch is, I think any more and I would have been missing the sound of that V8. And it's really not that droney right now, even inside the Jeep. I know that a lot of people would be like, oh, how bad is it going to be since you don't run with carpets and everything? It's a Hemi. If you put a Hemi in a Jeep, you want to hear a Hemi. So, no, the biggest thing, no rattle. None whatsoever. And that's exactly why a custom is way better than just buying something out of a box. Anyways, that's about it. I'm just gonna grab this camera from my buddy Dan here, and I'm gonna thank Dan right here because he's the guy who made it. I mean, in the end, I had an idea, but it sounds 5 times better than my idea, and it looks 5,000 times better than my idea. So thanks again, Dan.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
It's fun doing it.
All right, guys, stay tuned. You might see Dan in some future videos, and if you do, be sure to watch him because he makes some really cool stuff. Thanks again, guys. Have a good one.